up guys, welcome back to the channel. Take a good look at the doors in the Jeep because this is probably going to be the last time they're seen this way. That's right, I'm going to be doing full wood doors, my first time attempting them ever, so let's get right into it. Alright, so my plan is to basically take the circle that's on here for the door handle and pretty much cut out all the way around it and just pretty much just modify it and make the whole door flat and then do stack fab off of that. This I'm probably going to delete on this side. This is just for the door locks, so I don't really need it on the passenger side. The door locks, so I don't really need it on the passenger side. So I'm just going to do away with the inside lock on this side. That side I'm going to actually take and modify it and move it. So we'll see how it goes. This is the first time I've ever done anything like this. So first thing I'm going to do is get the other 8" out of here and then take this whole thing off and see if I can get this apart and still save it so I can use my handle still the way it is without modifying the handle really. Alright guys, so I've got the door panel off and just double checking all my measurements. There's a little bit of gap there in between the dash. It's right about 3/4 inch all the way down. So I've got 3/4 inch birch. We're gonna do 3/4 inch wood. I've already got a rivet gun on the way so I can put me some new inserts in there for the metal so we can bolt it in there. So that's how it's going. Alright, so I got my birch here, like I said, 3/4 inch thick. So what I'm gonna do is just pretty much lay my panels on this board. I'm gonna use that to do an outline of the whole panel, and then I'll have enough with this board. I'll just use this for my stack fabs, and I'm gonna come up with a design of how I want it laid out once I get it up there on the door and see how it's gonna look, you know, with the leg space and my knees and all that. I just want to move everything and rearrange it to where it's out of the way and it's up higher so you can hear it better. Alright, so as you can see, I got the first one laid out there. Looks like I'm gonna have a little extra too, so I'll be able to utilize a little bit of this board as well for some of my stack fabs, so that's gonna be good. But the way I have it now, I just got the edge on the bottom there straight across, so I'll be able to just cut a little bit out here and do the top and around there, straight down and around, and then that'll be pretty much good to go. And then I can go ahead and cut this circle out here, outline that where my handle goes. So it's kind of hard to see my pin outline on this camera, but there it is. Now I'm gonna go ahead and go get some new jigsaw blades so that my edges are nice and smooth. I got some good blades, but I'm gonna go get some brand new ones just to make sure. So before I get the panel up here, the wood panel, I need to go ahead and cut this out where the door armrest used to be, so that I can pretty much get the board flat and flush as I can. So I got a metal bit here for my jigsaw, so we're gonna get rid of the beams, and there's no turning back now. So alright, okay, it's actually a weak spot in the door right there because the way it is, there's a hole there too. So I wish I had some more Vibraflex to go over it, but it is what it is. The wood will do the job. Alright, that should do it. This is sticking out a little more than that anyway, so, but yeah, that'll get me what I need to do. Set this right here, and then come over here and set my board up here and see how it's going to work out. I need to go ahead and cut my hole out too for my door handle. That I'll go ahead and cut my circle out and bring my panel over here, see what it's going to look like. And I'm still waiting on my nut inserts and rivet gun. I ordered on Amazon. I should have just went to Harbor Freight and got one, but It's supposed to be here today, but you know how that goes. Might not get it today. We'll see what happens, but I'm gonna try to get all I can done. Alright guys, so I've got the outline pretty much mud. Cut a little bit more out than I wanted to for the door handle, but had to do it, make it necessary for it to work. Because the way the back hinges, the way it sets in there, but I'm gonna make it look good. Alright, so rain's coming down, but I got my little tarp up. So I'm gonna go ahead and get standing on this a little bit. I already started here in the corner. It's coming out real nice. So let's get it. I made myself a circle jig to cut out my inners, and it doesn't look too bad actually, so alright, I think that'll work. But yeah, that's the design I'm going with. I'm gonna have pretty much stack fab like that, and that's gonna be the horn, the 10, and the 2/8. So I'm gonna go ahead and get the rest of this cut out, and I'll be able to start this stack fabbing. Alright guys, welcome back. Next day. So right now I got the doors pretty much set. Now the bottom one is a little bit more than the top one, so what I'm gonna do is I've got my flush trim bit here, so I'm just gonna go along the edge. I'm gonna raise it up enough to where my guide runs along the top, and then just like so. So I'll be able to grind it down all the way around to make it flush. So I'm just gonna start right in here somewhere and move around, and I'll just move my clamps as I need to. So you can kind of see, you know, how it's going. Just making it real nice and flush all the way around. So I'm gonna go ahead and do that, and I'm not going to do it on camera because it's just a lot of wasted film. So I'm going to go ahead and get this done. Let's see what it looks like. Alright guys, so that was rather satisfying to see that edge come together nice and flush with that flush router bit. So now it's just a little bit of sanding on this other door here. And then pretty much same thing on those. On the actual pods that I'm going to make. I'm just going to cut them a little bit oversized. And take the router bit and round it out and smooth it off, and we'll be ready to put these things together. I'm still waiting on Amazon to get here with my rivet gun and the nut certs so that I can actually buy bolts and bolt them to the doors. But you know, hey, we'll get them when we need them, right? So let's just go ahead and start continuing on and working on these and moving right along here. So alright guys, it's 10:30 at night. I'm beat. I did get all 4 of the, I guess you could call them pods, cut out for the first door. Got the other door routed out, ready to go. I got 2 of them flush trimmed, so I got to do some more flush trimming tomorrow. That door will be ready. Then the driver's door, I'm gonna go ahead and tackle that, and then we'll be right back on it. So I'll catch you guys in the morning.
The next day.
It's another day working on the doors for the Jeep. Little interesting story though. My jigsaw ran out of juice. It ran out of life. It died on the last baffle that I was cutting. I laid it down. It was working great. I laid it down on my table. I picked it back up, and then the whole shaft basically just came apart from the motor. So, you know, I had to go down and go to a Walmart this morning. First thing, it's 6:42 in the morning. I'm already back home. So let's go ahead and piss the neighbors off and get to cutting. Holy smokes, this thing works so much better than my other one. Same brand in it, everything is just upgraded, I guess. The other one has an actual speed adjustment. This one doesn't, but it cuts so much better and faster, and whew, wow, so much smoother. I should have got this before I started the project. Anyways, yep, let me get this other 3 holes cut out, and or 2 holes in a square, and then I'll get this cut out and then start sanding on these and flush trimming them. Alright guys, so real quick, I just want to get a visual of the door being on there. It's on there, bolted on, all 4 bolts. So it's a little tight on the rubbers on the bottom, but I think we can adjust that a little bit with our holes and kind of shimmy it up a hair. I don't know, we'll see what happens. But the door does shut. It's a little tight, like I said, but that's it. You just got to get the baffles on there and cut out the circles for the magnets and paint it and get the handles on. And yeah, so still way behind, but we're in good shape.
The next day.
We are on the driver's side door now. I just took the panel off. The other side is pretty much getting dried. The top trim piece there, I've got everything pretty much ready to do except for another little trim piece up by the dash on the window, and then pretty much I'm gonna wait and sand everything down, bondo it, get it prettied up, repaint it pretty much like it looks, you know, white with the orange. And I still have yet to figure out what I'm going to do for my handle. I know what I'm going to do, but pretty much repeat the same thing on this side and it will be done. So we're in good shape. We're getting it done. So yeah, I just cut my metal off here that was sticking out from my door handle that was there. So we're going to get everything flush like we need with the wood on there. And then I'm going to go ahead and start drilling out my bolt holes to put my nut ropes on. So alright guys, what's up? So I'm back out here working on my doors, and right now I have my rivet gun. This is from Hardell. It comes with a really nice case. Comes with a nice case with all the fittings you need, all the attachments you need if you want to change to M10, M6, 12, all the way up, yeah, to 12. So really nice kit for 40 bucks on Amazon. I think I'm gonna try to leave a link below, and it's really easy to use. So all you do is you open up your handles, screw on your nutsert, and then go ahead and drill your hole, and then get it ready and lined up where you need it, and then pop it in there. I already got this side lined up where I need on that side to make the bolt holes match. But yeah, it's really simple. You just stick it in there like so. Nice little tug, pull back out, and then you just unscrew the handle like that. And then you have a nice solid mount hole for your bolt to go to. So a little closer. So just take this, stick it up there, get it started. Yeah, had to get the right angle of the dangle there. Okay, now that that's on there, we can back up and get the bottom too. Now there's going to be one, as you can tell right there, it's all the way on the bottom corner, and then another one on that corner. Now those actually, I just went into the factory spot. There's a little spot here on the bottom that you can drill into for the factory grommet. But anyways, I'm gonna go ahead and drill these two and then pop them on there. That one's through, and then we just gotta do the front here. Okay, let me show you what I'm talking about. if you can see in this crack, my drill bit, there's a factory little, there's already kind of like a hole there, and those hold the door on with little plastic clips, but it's enough to where I don't have to actually drill a whole lot out, and I can just go ahead and use that for my nut cert spot. So, alright, let me go ahead and get these two on there, and then the door will be pretty much bolted on. Alright guys, so there's one more thing that I have to do to the driver's side door before I can call it done. Now of course, yes, my handle has to go here to be able to shut the door, but I have to be able to unlock my doors from the inside. And actually, this is actually the passenger side OEM. Now what I'm going to do, I'm just going to delete the passenger side buttons altogether. They're not going to be on there. And then I'm going to modify this. I'm going to cut this into like a kind of a square right here, and then I'm going to mount it right over here because there's kind of a little indentation right here, and the doorknob's going here, so the handle to open the door from the inside. So I'm gonna take and mark out the spot I need, and then cut it out with my jigsaw, Dremel tool, whatever, and I'm gonna have it flush. It's gonna sit in there, kind of like, it's gonna be over here, but it's gonna sit in there nice and flush, like so. There should be enough room where it'll sit flush in there, and then I can just glue it down and it'll be good to go. So I'm gonna pull the door off now and work on that really quick. Alright guys, that's pretty much it. They are done, except for, you know, a little bit of plaster. I'm gonna fill in these edges with some wood filler and fill up all these seams and make it smooth. Sand it, paint it, put some filler on these, make this all smooth. There is the unlock lock button. I was able to put it in there without even having glue or anything. It's a tight fit, so it just sits in there. So yeah, and then the door open handles, I'm gonna have them put on last because the way I have the metal bar behind there and everything, the way it is, I have to put those on last and then screw them down, and then I'm gonna plaster over them. So hopefully I don't ever have to take the door off. This is the stuff I got. Turns pink, tries clear. Alright guys, so I'm back here working on the doors. I'm trying to hurry and beat the rain, but I got a little bit of sanding to do, and then I'll be able to go ahead and go ahead and paint it. So first, I'm going to go ahead and get these edges where I know I'm going to have a hard time with my sander. Just going to get them edges by hand. Just hit it with the sander now. Looking real nice, so that'll work. Alright guys, these things are ready for paint, so they're all sanded down smooth, ready to go, looking good. So I'm gonna go ahead and do some paint on them. So there we go. Oh yeah, that's nice. once this dries real good, I'll go another coat on it, get these really good, and then I'm gonna tape off all the edges once the orange dries, and then we're gonna do the back white. Alright, that's pretty much it for now. I'm gonna let that set. I'm gonna grab the other one and do the same thing, and then like I said, I'm gonna let them set, and then once they are good and a little tacky, I'll go ahead and put another coat on them. And once these orange coats are dry for the pods, then baffles, pods, whatever you want to call it, then I'll go ahead and tape it all off and do the white. Alright, there is the final coat on the orange. Now I just have to let it set and dry, and hopefully it doesn't rain. I'm fighting the weather out here, but it looks pretty good for now, so should be able to dry these up good enough. Then I'll be able to tape them off and get the white painted on there, and we're in good shape. Be able to bolt them on there, hook them up. I almost forgot to tape off the door handles and paint them. This is for the door handles to open the doors from the inside, so I'm gonna go ahead and set these there and spray those white so that they match the back of the door. So, alright. Alright guys, that pretty much wraps it up for now. I do gotta put another coat on this. I have a whole other can there. But yeah, that's it. I'm just gonna go ahead and spray this other coat, let these dry, and then tomorrow, probably around noon, I'm gonna go ahead and jump on these and get them done. Should be 8 hours, so they should be plenty dry enough. So yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and get these on, and they'll be done. So stay tuned, we're almost there. Alright guys, I pretty much got the doors done, all except for wiring them in. Now I did get I got a little bit of a peel right here whenever I peel my tape off. So I'm probably going to go to the hardware store in a little bit once I get the speakers loaded, and probably just get a little bit of orange paint and just a paintbrush and touch that up, and that'll be good to go. So got everything on there, the bolts are in there, wired, bolted on good, door's solid. So I got my pull handles on there, got my door handles on there, they work. Got my lock and unlock button in there. So yeah, now the only thing I gotta do is wire the speakers up, and then like I said, I'm gonna try and paint this up today because I actually got a meetup I'm going to in like 5 hours. So yeah, that's gonna be the next video. So anyways, I'm gonna go ahead and get these in here. I'm gonna start with the 10. Actually, these wires need to come up here. So go ahead and start with the 10. Just shaking my whole truck. So, good to go. All right, I got my drill bit. All right. Okay. Well, I was thinking that was going to be an issue, so let me see if I can get you a little closer here. I've got a little bit of an issue with the magnet hitting right here, so I'm just going to go ahead. I got a metal bit from my jigsaw. I'm just going to go ahead and cut this out the way a little bit more so that the magnet will clear. Let's see what I got to do. Yeah, it's not much, so just a little bit, about right in there somewhere. I'm gonna go ahead and cut that out of the way and then get this in there. So we got the metal cut out of the way. Speaker fits in there perfect now, so now I can wire it up. Let's look at that. It is beautiful. You see them? There they are. Wow, they look really great. I'm actually impressed with how good they turned out, because, you know, I'm not a very good carpenter, and this is the first time doing these doors like this, so, you know, I'm really happy though. So the door shuts no problem. Look at that, like butter. So now the only thing is, on this side I had to do a little bit of modification. I had to remove my little switch panel that I had here for my lock and unlock, because the problem was when the door was shutting, as you can tell, the plastic part would hit on the dash. Let me get a better angle. So, but now, like this, it shuts and I still have room to do it. I mean, it's barely, like, it's almost touching the dash, so that worked out perfect. Door handle opens, so the door lock works, unlocks the doors. So yeah, that's it. And then there's plenty of leg room now. I mean, before this seat, the horn was touching the seat right here and everything. So, but now everything moved forward. You can see the clearance right there on the dash. Not very much, can't even get my finger in there, but worked out perfect. So yeah, it's a done deal. So I like them. They look great. They function. They work great. They're sturdy. So I hope you guys liked this video as much as I liked making these things. It was really fun. So, but subscribe if you're not subscribed. I got a base meet I'm going to tonight, so I'm actually about to go to the car wash, clean this thing up, and that'll probably be the next video. So I'm gonna keep hammering out these videos in this season, doing all I can do, and just bring you guys the base and the fun. So.